I want to shout out Soul Snacks. They have gifted us some wonderful snacks. Guys, open your box. What's inside?
Oh my God, plantain chips. Stop
Oh my
it.
God, plantain chips.
Plantain chips.
And chocolate. And drink.
I love it.
I don't.
Yes.
I like coconut flakes.
Dried pineapple.
Yum yum.
Coconut ginger mixed flakes.
I've got those.
I have to have those.
Sweet chili jollof. Plantain.
Yes, let me have.
What flavour did you get?
Smoked beef chili plantain
They're nice
chips.
too. Do you know what? Actually, when I'm in Ghana, I always buy these.
No
Yeah.
sauce,
And I always bring them back. I'm so excited that they're here.
I got the spicy sweet chili one.
So they're responsible. They're helping farmers in Africa, and they've got delicious snacks. Support Soul Snacks and these Soul Snacks. Welcome to your Aunties Could Never. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with.
I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
I'm all things sugar and shade Sade. Hey.
Hey! And today we are joined by one half of the Receipts podcast, the sweetest flavour in the noodle pot, our little sis from another Miss Audrey Indome.
Come on.
Thanks, hun.
Is that how you say your surname? Really?
It's actually Indome, but I wanted to let the joke land.
Thank you. Sweetest
I won't
flavour
interfere in the
the
joke.
noodle pot. I was so happy when I wrote that. Welcome. We've got our little sis in the building. We'll be getting into Audrey's business a bit later. Now, first of all, thank you again to Soul Snacks, the Soul Snacks, who have gifted us some wonderful delights. You will have seen it at the beginning of the show. They are gorgeous. Coming up in today's show, as usual, we have Enemies of Progress, we have Welcome to the Family, and we'll be solving your crazy world dilemmas, as usual, in Aunties Know Best. However, as I said, we're going to be getting into Audrey's business. Now, the only way you are going to get to see and get into Audrey's business with us is if you do this very special thing. What do you need to do? Sign up to our YouTube membership, and that costs only
$1.99.
$1.99.
Just $1.99.
Cheaper than a bag of chips.
All right, darling.
Shout out to Farah, who has, by the way, Farah's in Grenada. Yes. She's enjoying herself in the sunny isles. So she'll be back soon. And also, what you need to do is
What do I need to do? Oh, book the like button, book the like button, book the like button, book the like button, book the like button.
Do it now.
do it now. And also, if you're listening on the podcast airwaves, please, guys, we like you to leave comments, we like you to leave reviews, and but PSA, when you leave your reviews, also
We only want 5 stars. If it's not 5 stars, we don't want it.
return to sender.
Not the gun fingers.
Okay, guys.
Oh, God.
And I think that's it, right? So we'll be getting into... Okay, actually, by the way, it's World Friendship Day, guys.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Wait, can we do that again? It's World Friendship Day, guys. I love you.
Love
So giving all my virtual friends a hug. All the friends of the pod a big hug.
Yes. I know. No, but also, shout out to our members. Yeah, we've got over 200 members.
See?
At the moment.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
So, like,
Membership
yeah,
friends.
there are our membership friends. Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hug. I'll hug you.
No, they truly are brethren.
They
There
really
you go.
are.
See?
Seriously.
There you
They
go.
send us messages and all sorts.
See? Happy World Friendship Day to you guys. By the way, I just need to say the Olympics are on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, God. It's a tough crowd. Where's my friends? Who out there loves the Olympics? I love the Olympics. I'm so invested. It's
So you're
great.
really watching this?
I am. Listen, I got it scheduled on my phone.
Wow.
I've got it in my calendar. I know right now USA's playing basketball. I can't remember who they're playing. It's in my diary. I'm doing the show. I'm dedicated to the artists could never. Otherwise, I'll be watching the basketball.
I only like the athletics.
Athletics starts from tomorrow morning.
Oh,
But it's,
okay.
like, it's the long ones. It's the
Oh,
long
boo!
ones.
I like the
No,
sprint.
You don't want the
I
sprint.
just want the sprint.
Yeah, we're on the sprints. By the way, USA.
Tell us when the sprint is on.
I will tell you. USA won gold in the gymnastics, and
Oh,
Simone Biles did
Simone
her
Biles,
thing. and
okay.
Jordan Charles. It was amazing.
Dope.
I won't go into it because you lot don't care, but it's amazing. We're doing really good. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, let's get into who's our enemy of progress. Auntie Sade, take it away.
Okay. So we're going to start with a little Diddy update. However, I actually have breaking news update,
Dun, dun,
actually.
dun.
Because, let me just open my phone.
Breaking news.
Yes, breaking news.
Cheaper than a bag of chips.
what I have to deal with. Serious, the level of cringe. Oh my God, did I screenshot? Yes, I did. Okay, so what we was going to talk about is this Kim Porter memoir, alleged memoir. That's what we was going to talk about. However, her best friend, who is Ebony Lectra,
Okay.
Right.
yeah, has come out and done a post and done a bit of a story and stuff, and just said like, look, this is, I'll read it out. She says, now it's getting out of hand. There is no book. There never was. Several people continue to speak about and spread blatant lies regarding this mystery, quotes, manuscript, as if it was true. People, it is not. That is in capitals. Kim would never do such a thing, and that's honest to God truth. God knows the truth, and so does she. As for me, I couldn't have another person call my phone or send me a text message without clearing the air. Any negative feedback or comments on this post will be received with no response except God bless you. The truth is the truth. Be blessed. Kim Porter Strong.
Oh.
Hashtag that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we do with this now?
So yeah. So this is the thing. So that literally just came out. So yeah.
Okay.
So,
Kim's alleged best friend is saying that's an alleged manuscript, which there was like an expert saying that Diddy had kind of hurt her quite badly with a chair, and she woke up in hospital. So it was quite a serious allegation, really. But she's saying it's not true. Now, the only thing is, obviously, speculation is going to be flying anyway, because there is like a circle of trust with these types of people, like celebrities and that sort of thing. So sometimes things get refuted, and it does still turn out to be true. So I think we have to watch this space on this. What do you think?
I don't believe her. I can't lie. I don't believe the best friend, because there's been sources talking about this book that could be coming out. There's people that have it from since she died. So what are we on now? It's on like 6-7 years ago. I don't believe her. I feel like Diddy has paid her. And also Sloan Bella had another little video reading, and Kim came to her again. Sloan Bella is a psychic, and again said more things are going to come out, and they're working behind the scenes in the afterlife to bring Diddy down. That's what Kim told Sloan. So I don't know. I mean, I believe it.
Audrey?
Do you know what? I saw that same friend was on a podcast or something a few weeks ago, reiterating the same story, saying that there was never a book because Kim was just too loyal of a person to ever do that. And aside from her loyalty, she was also very scared of Diddy. Like, the repercussions for her doing that would have been massive. I don't really know what to believe. I don't believe anybody. I just don't believe anything I hear online. Like, until I see a book, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I'm in that camp where why it's just coincidental that Kim's book and Andre Harrell's book, and both of them passed. And then it's like, so you two both had big expose books and conveniently passed and Diddy shut it down. I think this is so sensational, but sometimes when things are so sensational, there's truth in it. I also believe that she was so frightened. So what would it have been that she wrote this book, had all this documentation, and it does seem a bit far-fetched that there's a book. I feel like I'd more like there's recordings, there's conversations. I'd believe that more than that she sat down and wrote a book and managed to get a book. I don't know. But if the best friend is going on a podcast saying that Kim was actually scared, so she's not denying, because I thought maybe she's like, well, no, everything's fine. But if she's actually saying, no, Kim was scared of Diddy, so that's why there's no book. Yeah. Then I'm more inclined to believe that scenario, because I kind of understand that. I don't see why you'd be so scared of someone and you're going to go and write everything down in a book. There was diary entries from the afterlife.
Yes. So Sloan Bella, I just remembered there was another thing that she said.
Did it just come to you?
Yeah. In her address, Sloan Bella also says that Kim was very specific with who she gave the manuscript to. Okay. And loads of people didn't know. And she said the person that she did give it to is not a part of her inner circle. And this is all, so Sloan did this maybe 2 weeks ago, this last one. You know, the one before that was like last year. Okay. She was talking about it. This was 2 weeks ago, she said this. We didn't know that this manuscript was going to come out. And it's only now that it's come out that people are like, Sloane said this 2 weeks ago about the book. So, and similarly with last year, when Cassie's thing came along, Sloane got a message from Kim in June. And people just poo-pooed it like, well, nothing is happening. But she also said it was going to happen in November. Cassie does the lawsuit November the 16th. So for me, Sloane's been on the money.
Then, okay.
I'm trusting her.
Fair enough. Because actually giving it to someone outside the circle, there's that too. And you haven't told anyone.
I question how close this woman is, man.
There's that too.
Do you know what I mean? I just feel like people are so thirsty. Yes. They'll literally jump on anything. Like, she could have just met Kim once or twice. Like, we don't even know that this is an actual friend. And now she's kind of clout chasing off the story, which is really sick, by the way, if she is doing that. So, I wouldn't put it past her that it's just a random person. That's just...
Yeah, I get
clout chasing. Yeah.
I get that vibe from everyone that's like, Aaliyah was my baby girl.
Because I feel like real friends wouldn't be talking. Do you know what I mean?
True.
A real friend, I don't know if you... Sorry, can I swear on here?
Yeah.
A real friend, you wouldn't really shit on your friend's legacy by exposing all their business. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do all of that stuff behind the scenes if you want to take Diddy down, but I don't know, I'm skeptical about people that do things so publicly.
I think there's definitely, if she is her best friend... and wanting to kind of respect her friend's legacy and like, no, guys, this isn't it. There's that. And then there's the clout chase.
Yeah.
But then,
Jump
as you were saying that, from on the afterlife, from the other side, I like my woo-woo hat too. So let's just see, because it'll be interesting to see a book, but...
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really burning up here.
Sorry.
But
are you getting a message as well?
No, I don't think so. But the other thing to mention is that Diddy has also been brought up again because Tupac's family are trying to open an investigation basically into Diddy. They're accusing him of basically being involved in the assassination of Tupac and attempted murder of Suge Knight, I guess, in the 90s. Basically, they're alleging that he offered money. I think it was like $1 million for them to be killed. His name is mentioned 77 times in some court documents and everything like that. This is in relation to, I think it's a Keith D interview too. So, I don't know, man. What do you think? Do you think he's involved, or... do you think he's ever going to beat these shots? But to be fair, also as well, just to point out, Diddy still hasn't been charged on anything, by the way. He really hasn't.
They're building their case.
Okay.
The feds are building their case, and it's going to happen. Like, word on road is, like, I know I say this every week, but it's just around the corner. Like, he literally is going to be pulled in soon. They're just building a case. I think he did something with Tupac. I think that's...
Well, all the documentaries I've watched and all the conversations I've seen, it does seem to point to that he had a hand in it in order to keep the
Bad Boy
people's
going,
names, Bad Boy going, people's names, their names in everyone's mouths, and for them to be the dominant. And I think his violent tendencies, though Diddy comes across as the playboy, sweet boy, now we know that he has violent tendencies. That kind of matches up, and his ego was huge, and he wanted Bad Boy to be Bad Boy. If you believe the stories where a lot of artists were starting to leave him and starting to be like looking at him funny, looking at him sideways. Even Biggie was looking to leave him before he passed. All of that stuff. And there's also rumours that Diddy allegedly had a hand in Biggie's passing as well. Yeah. So who knows? I just want the truth to come out, done, and then let's just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe?
I agree. I think that he's, I feel like the Cassie video was enough, man. Like, that was just enough. Not that I needed to like see. I believed her as soon as she, told her story. I believed her. But then seeing it in 4K, which I wasn't even able to watch that video, it was just too much.
Yeah.
Nothing would surprise me at this point. And I think, do you know, did anyone ever used to watch Making the Band?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember how he was? Like, the narcissism, like, so many elements of that show had nothing to do with being in the music industry.
Do you know what I mean? I loved Making the Band so much. But at that time, I wasn't applying that. I just thought, the sensationalism of those
exactly.
competition shows. I just thought he was hyping up, hamming it up, but the narcissism was real.
Exactly. And even, do you know what? Even if all of this stuff hadn't happened then, I would have still seen it in that light. Like, oh, it was just entertainment. That's just what it is. It was like boot camp style training for artists and all the rest of it. But I think when we think about everything that we know now, then all you do is like you backtrack to other things that we've seen in it. But yeah, Diddy has done bare stuff, like, but he needs to be thrown under the jail.
To be honest, like, let's just get some sort of come up.
Yeah, exactly.
If he does get convicted, the level of all of his crimes is going to be so profound. I think it's going to be worse than R. Kelly. Like, we're going to be like, who was this person and what is the music that we've been listening to? Because he was a lot of people's hero.
Yeah.
And it's really like, oh, actually, gangster doesn't quite cut it. Like, the guy is a sadist.
Yeah, that's
if all of the allegations are true, he's actually sick.
Yeah.
But I think they'll get him. You know, like what they did with O.J. Simpson. It was like, okay, he got acquitted of murdering Nicole.
Yeah.
But then they got him for 10 years on some other shit. It was just like, was stealing his own trophies. And then he went to jail for like 10 years. It was like, okay.
Or tax or something.
There'll be another way they get there'll be another way in which they get him, even if they can't prove all of the other stuff beyond reasonable doubt,
he
you know?
He posted the other day, didn't he, about for someone's, was it one of
his daughters, like, leave them out of it. I feel like that's such a...
It's so weird because you don't have to... We talked about celebrating your children's birthday on Insta. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to, especially now. Like, why would you draw that attention to your innocent child? Like, that's nuts.
Like, just be quiet.
Yeah,
just be quiet now. Leave
fade away.
Has he totally taken everything off his page?
No.
There's still stuff on his page.
Last time I checked, I don't follow him, but
last
time I
stopped following.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let me just check.
You
know when you say I might have forgotten.
No, somebody actually said to me, like, they were like, "You're still following Diddy." I'm sorry, I hadn't.
Why are you watching whether you're following Diddy?
That's weird.
Seriously, that's weird.
Like, people want to catch you up, where like when you talk,
you still follow Diddy and all the things
they want to catch you out. They're just waiting. Yeah.
So nosy, but
seriously,
guys, if I am following him, it's just a mistake. All right, Auntie Nana, who is your enemy of progress?
Okay. All right. So. It's such with a heavy heart, but Sean Grayson is definitely my enemy of progress. Sean Grayson is the American police officer that shot Sonia Massey. And there's so many parts to this story that just breaks my heart. I still can't watch the body cam footage. I've literally started and I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity at this moment to go through with this. One day I probably will. But this man, basically... Sonia Massey calls up the police because she feels that there is a home intruder. She's asking for help. And within that help that she wants from them, this police officer, I do believe that he's probably under the influence of stuff. This is my thoughts on this. He kills her within this, and he has been charged with this as well. But it's just the sadness that somebody in their own home can call the police and end up dead. It's too many times that we're having these stories coming from, it's not even just America, it's all around the world as well, but America especially, and a black woman has died, and I really do hope for justice. But that this man had 2 DUIs, had been not sacked, but resigned and misplaced from 4 different police forces, but still managed to get a job, is insane in itself. And it's like, I think there really does need to be so many different changes. I know there's this whole defund the police campaign, but when are we going to live in a world where it's better? I just have no faith.
Yeah.
So I'm really demoralized with this one. What do you guys think?
It's not much to say. It's like every time you think, okay, things are happening, things are changing, police are being held accountable. Because, I mean, he's been dealt with quite swiftly compared to some other policemen who managed to murder black people and not be dealt with immediately, even being acquitted and freed or whatever, not getting into trouble.
Sometimes even getting compensation.
Even getting compensation, having people do GoFunds for them. And
someone's had compensation?
Yeah, some of them get compensation for like, or they'll get like, what do you call it when you're off work? When you're off work? And then they pay leave.
Yeah, because then in the early days, it was like they'd get paid leave. They'd just be suspended and be on paid leave.
But they can go to their union. Do you know what I mean? Because if they get off the charges, do you know what I mean? It's an inconvenience. That it's been seen as an inconvenience. And actually, it's the taxpayer that ends up paying for all of that as well. Do you know what I mean? It's actually ridiculous.
Because the guy that murdered George Floyd, in the run up, look at the money that he amassed from supporters.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? So people will do GoFunds. And it's like it's been treated so frivolously. And so when you think things are advancing and things are happening, but that I have seen some commentary about the fact that they're strapped for recruitment, like for people joining the police force. So they're just rounding up anyone and anyone. Yeah. But that is one role. There's a few roles on this earth that you just can't get anybody and everybody, no matter how desperate you are. Like, come on, there has to be stringent measures to becoming a police officer. Yeah. And it's always like, aren't you lot trained not to shoot to kill? If you felt like a threat, though it didn't seem like she was, taser, pepper spray, I don't understand why they always go for kill. I don't understand that.
But what was the threat?
I'm just saying.
No, but I'm just like,
water.
The boiling water.
No. I mean, like, she had called the police.
Exactly.
There's no way she's not a threat to
Exactly.
anything. No. She absolutely isn't.
Yeah.
They were talking to her normally beforehand. You know, do you know what I mean? And they switched the conversation. They switched modes.
Have you been able to watch it?
I did watch it, yeah. It is a difficult watch. It's not as graphic as you think it is. Okay. Do you know what I mean? But it is, of course, it's a difficult watch. But I think, like, when I first saw it, I didn't know what I was watching anyway. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, God. Like, do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you're just scrolling and stuff. I think, like, I guess, like, as you said, like, it's been dealt with swiftly. The police department, I think the sheriff or something, or whoever's in charge there, has said that, you know, a mistake has been, do you know what I mean? Like, they're apologising, they're being apologetic, and they're kind of saying the right things at the moment. Do you know what I mean? However, I do think, like, because this has so much scrutiny, do you know what I mean? There's a spotlight on this at the moment. They kind of have to. So yeah, we'll see what happens moving forward. And also as well, just a reminder, it's just like, for him to even be able to do that, that means there are people in his squad that are also complicit to even allow, someone knows that this guy is not stable. Do you know what I mean? His partner was, he stopped his partner for giving the woman, do you know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, it is a difficult situation, but at the same time, how can he just stop you, right? You've both got guns. Like, do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I guess the shot was fatal, so... It's and they might know that, but it's a difficult one.
And to say she was displaying signs of mental health issues as well. So when she's like, I rebuke in the name of Jesus, you can see there's something not right here. So then,
but is that though? No, I don't think that is mental.
No, they've said that she displayed in the reports I've seen that and I think her parents have said she has suffered from mental health issues.
Yeah.
So
but
that
people say that though.
No, I'm saying the family. I think the family have.
No. I mean the rebuke you in the name of Jesus. No, I just think like that is like associating that with.
No. I'm saying that I'm just saying that what she said, what he said was a threat to him, was like she just said, I rebuke in the name of Jesus. And in that moment, if it seems out of context of what she's saying, or she seems like she's unstable, why would you want to shoot? And I always want to know that why do police have to go forward with this? When is it ever okay to retreat, assess the situation from outside, and then decide? I don't know, like, it's always in the moment, shoot to kill, shoot to kill, shoot to kill. Yeah. But how many other options are there? If you see someone displaying odd signs or signs where they're not stable, can you not remove yourself from the situation?
Why don't you remove yourself
and not kill them?
They're supposed to de-escalate.
Exactly. So that's my point. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. All these people are trigger happy, man. R.I.P. Sonia Massey. It's so sad. Like, I haven't been able to watch it because I think because I knew what had happened, and then I knew that there was a video floating around, so I had the opposite experience to you. So I was just like, when you know that this is going to end fatally, I just couldn't. And just to your point, AK, as well, it's like, who are these weak people that they're finding to do this position? Like, it's insane, and it's just pure racism. There's nothing else, because there's absolutely no way he would have dealt with a white woman that way. Absolutely not. He would have reprimanded that woman in some way, shape or form. And whether she has mental health issues or not is even more reason to de-escalate a situation. And the fact that you go from 0 to being shot in the face and then being so cold and callous about it after tells me that this is nothing short of like just a lack of regard for black life. And it will never ever be well with him, and he should rot in hell for the rest of his life.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's all.
Definitely.
100%.
All right, so my enemy of progress, he's back on the list because I just didn't like how Mr. Tyler Perry handled
Tyler's back.
the critique of his latest film. And the thing is like, you know, I give him a little bit of Uncle Tyler sometimes. Like, you do what you're doing, sir. Go ahead. But I just did not like his insult of us who did not like his latest film, Divorce in the Black. If you have watched it, have you watched it?
That film is terrible. I thought the opening scene was a dream. Like, literally, I was like, to Tolly, I was like, please tell me the opening scene is a dream. She was like, no, it's actually not.
It's not a dream. It's real.
What happened in the opening
Even the
scene?
way it's shot, it's like in the church.
I get what you're saying.
And it's all like grainy.
and-
Yeah, I genuinely thought like Megan Good was going to wake up like, and it didn't. It just carried on.
And
What happened?
That's all I watched. I couldn't.
Yeah, of course you can.
No, because
I couldn't get past that.
Spoiler.
It's
If
been
you
out
don't
for a
wanna
minute.
watch
If you haven't
spoiler,
watched it,
skip
if you don't want
What
to,
happened?
no, do you know why I don't want to? I don't want to.
You're
because I
just
want
being
you-
difficult.
I want you to go and watch it.
Seriously.
Because Auntie
I
Charlotte won't do her
know. Tell
work.
me what it is.
So they're in the church.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Burying
past that
her
scene, by the way.
husband's brother.
after
buried
that
her
wasn't a dream. I
husband's
didn't.
brother.
Her husband's brother's being buried because he
Okay.
got caught up in some madness and he was murdered, right?
Yeah.
The family's all there. So then, first of all, her dad is a pastor. The pastor's giving a
This is
sermon.
Megan.
Megan Good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And
okay,
she's married to a character
yeah.
called Corey Hard. No, he's not called Corey Hardwick.
He is. That's his real name, isn't it?
No, his
Yeah.
real name is
Yeah,
Corey
yeah.
Hardwick. So Corey Hardwick and Megan Good play husband and wife
Okay.
in
Cool.
this film,
So
right?
she's burying
And
her.
they are burying Corey Hardwick's brothers.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
What is his
Alright.
character's name? I don't know.
Doesn't
Dallas
matter.
and Ava.
Doesn't
okay.
matter. Let's go.
All right. So Megan's dad is a preacher. He's
Yeah.
overseeing the funeral.
Okay.
He is going in and he starts going in on the family saying, you guys, if you weren't terrorizing the streets, you wouldn't be in this situation. So
Okay.
he rolls up the family.
Yeah.
So these guys are a family of hotheads apparently. So Big Mama comes in. She's
Yeah.
like, who are you talking to? Literally, Big Mama comes in, starts cussing. What do you mean? Da, da, da. I told you never to marry this woman. The family are judgy. They're so bougie, high society.
What?
Yes.
Oh, because
Megan's
Megan's
dad is insulting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right? So he stays
At the funeral.
at the funeral.
How ghetto.
Then
In the church.
in the church,
Okay.
then things go 3,000 degrees left.
Okay.
Mama says, "We're out of here, boys. Take my son. Let's go."
The
What?
body.
No. First of all, the boys are like, "Oh, the coffin." No. Open it up.
Huh?
Get my son.
Because the church paid for the coffin. So she's like, why not going with these bougie folks that they gone through?
They're gonna hold it over us.
Yeah, they're gonna tell people that they bought this. So no, we're not gonna do this.
No, this is not real.
What?
Yeah, this happened.
So they took the body out of the coffin.
In the film, these boys take their brother out of the coffin and exit. That's scene one.
This is the opener. That's why we said just watch 10 minutes.
No, definitely not.
That's all I watched.
And you only got
That's
10
all I
minutes.
watched. I was like, this is ridiculous. I cannot.
Wow.
And again,
Cannot.
Ava, aka Megan Good, is long suffering in this film. Then she gets her swerve on because the husband is like, Dallas is like, I'm divorcing you. And she's like, bet, I'm gone. Go save her family. There's always a guy in the scene. He's like, I've loved you forever.
Yeah.
They get reacquainted.
Okay.
Then Dallas starts showing his ass. He's now vexed. And every minute, man's got gun fingers. Every time he's on scene, he's like, grrr, grrr. He's cussing all the time.
I
But
hate you.
oh my God. In the shopping mall, in this everywhere. He's
Are
like,
you serious?
It's always
funny.
gun fingers. I haven't watched to the end. Now,
I didn't get to the end either.
What's the storyline?
what's the story? Another
Divorce in the Black.
divorce in the black.
But okay, what does the in the black mean? Because that usually means your credit's good.
Yeah.
No, but your credit's
what
not
is that?
because you're black.
Huh?
Who knows? I don't know.
We don't know.
Bro, sis.
No one knows.
Thought about it
Did
like
you watch the
I'm
end?
confused.
I didn't get to the
I can't get to the end.
Yeah, I
Get to the end.
couldn't get past the opening
Could
scene.
someone put the ending in the comments,
Please. I
Put
just-
the ending in
Yeah,
the
so-
comments.
Like,
I want to know
got to
what
the
does it
end?
mean?
I couldn't get to the end. So the whole thing is, so there's all that. And so, there's a few things to this narrative, right? So first of all, this film goes out. It's on Amazon Prime, not Netflix. I don't know how come because you've got Netflix still. But anyway, it's on Amazon Prime if you really want to watch
Because
it.
it's shit.
Oh.
It must be.
Because Mia
It
Culpa.
must be.
What, Netflix were like, not again.
Yeah, we watched it and we reject this.
That
In
was
the
terrible.
name of
No, but they got the
Jesus.
numbers. To be fair, they got numbers.
Yeah.
But
So
Netflix could have rejected it.
Yeah, they could have because
Okay.
it's terrible.
I know.
Because it's an insult.
anyway,
It sounds insulting.
so anyway, right? So there's layers to this. First of all, Corey and Megan are like, you know what? You know what Tyler Perry does for us actors? He plays back actors what they're supposed to be paid. I understand. So there's that. They're celebrating and supporting the film. However, when it comes out, it gets 0 ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Those guys, you know, Rotten Tomatoes is the industry standard for critiquing film. So if your film gets a 0, that's a splat and a half.
That's just a shit film.
That's a shit
Yeah.
film.
Right, fair.
So, fine. There's that. So there's for the first time though, Tyler Perry decides to open up. He normally doesn't say anything. He just keeps doing his work ethic and shows the thousands of scripts he writes in half an hour. He took to Keke Palmer's podcast, which is called, let me get the name just so we're on point. Something like Keke, baby, this is Keke Palmer.
Let's get it wrong.
Yeah,
Palmer
it's
podcast.
fine.
All right. Baby, this is Keke Palmer. He goes on Keke's show and he's like, no, listen, no. Bun all of you lot critiquing my film. I have loads of people that come up to me, thousands of what used to be emails from people saying, this changed my life. Oh my God, you know me. Oh my God, you saw me. How did you know this about my life and my family? This is what is important to me. This is what he's saying. He's saying a large portion of my fans are disenfranchised who cannot get in the Volvo and go and get therapy on the weekend. So you've got this highbrow Negro.
Huh? Quote.
This is a quote. This is what Tyler Perry said. You've got this highbrow Negro who is all up in the air with his nose up, looking at everything. Then you've got people like where I come from and me, who are grinders, who really know what it's like, whose mothers were caregivers for white kids and were maids, housekeepers, beauticians. Don't discount these people and say their stories don't matter. Who are you to be able to say which black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with this bullshit.
Oh,
do you know what? It's not about the stories. It's about the way the story's told. It's about the storytelling. That's what's poor. Like, I'm sure those people do have really interesting dynamic stories, but the way you were executing it, sir, is not up to par. I'm sorry. Like, it is terrible. I don't care. But that's because he writes, produces, does everything, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He probably does hair and makeup at this point. Do you know what I mean? He does
I know he
everything.
chooses those.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah, because I think there was one, the film where the woman was in jail. That was the wigs.
Oh my God!
yeah.
What was that called?
Yeah.
Unfaithful or something.
Whatever that one was.
Oh, that film
and I
was
think
And
she
it kept
said
on
something
moving,
about
innit, that?
yeah.
Oh,
and
my
that was
God.
one where they're scrolling their phones, and you just see they're fake eating at dinner as well.
Yeah.
and you can see them going
No.
like that. But anyway, I think the actress was saying something about the conversation that they had about the wigs, and it was a bit stressful.
Yeah.
The man is very adamant about what he wants. I'm offended, and the reason why you're my enemy again is because don't call me a highbrow Negro, because that's really doing them and us and separating like the talented 10th from the regular field Negroes and doing that kind of in the house. And don't do that because we're critiquing your work. You are doing such an amazing thing. You've got a studio, you're putting on, the actors are saying you're getting paid because Hollywood disrespects black actors. But don't disrespect people who are looking at the evidence. Your film stories are silly. It's silly now. And I think I'm offended because it's my job, it's my work that I do. We would critique films and we want better for black creators.
Right.
You have the power to put so many people on. You can do your Tyler Perry stories, but put a bunch of other writers on. Just let us you have the means to give us a real highbrow, for us highbrow Negroes. Some stuff that's just not stupid.
Yeah.
When have you ever seen someone take a body out of a coffin, please, sir?
And black
funeral,
people as
sir.
well, please.
When have you ever?
Black people are not doing all of that.
No.
Soz.
And all of the people in the church being like, oh no.
Yeah.
I was literally like, this is just utterly ridiculous. The guy's a plant. He does this on purpose. He serves up shitty stuff because this is what the people think that black people deserve. And he is literally paraded in front of us like this is a moment of black excellence, and so we're gonna allow him to have the biggest space and have all of this land, and then black people are gonna look up to him like, you know, that Negro was one that you gotta look up to, boss. And it's like, that's not us. You have no talent. Like, get
Zero.
a talent room. It's annoying now. It's actually offensive.
I think he's trolling us, man.
He is.
Because also he knows that we're going to watch it regardless. So he can put out shoddy content and everyone's going to, at this point, like, but to me, if I was a filmmaker or any sort of creative and I knew that people were tuning into my stuff to see how bad it is at this point, because we don't watch it to see how good it is. We watch it to see if it's worse than the last thing he produced.
And it does stay worse.
And it does keep on getting worse because even Unfaithful or whatever it was called, that storyline was kind of hitting. I can't lie. It was just a few odd things that were off here or there.
A few.
But, okay, more than a few. I was being generous. But, like, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. So he has to be trolling us. This cannot be real.
This is the first time I think it's the first time he's actually spoken out. So it's getting to him.
Yeah.
I want it to get to you, sir, because
Yeah,
I
please.
actually want you to...
He's still making money though.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think it is trolling. I don't take this what he's saying seriously at all. I think that's another level of the mockage. Like, I can do whatever the hell I want to do because I'm talking to that person. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, whatever, man.
And doesn't that person deserve a good story?
But that's
This is what I'm saying.
So insulting,
It's like
though.
you're calling highbrow versus and we folk. You're not we folk. You ain't been we folk.
Exactly.
You're a multi-billionaire. You're not we folk.
You have an island, sir.
Yeah.
This is like Trump saying Christians. No, you're not them. They're not like you're not like them.
Facts.
No.
And I don't think you need to be a film critic to see that's terrible. Like, it's
Right.
like, I'm not a film head like that, and I can recognise that this is terrible work. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's very divisive what he's doing.
Anyway, we'll be back on you. So
I'm sure.
Yeah. I'll be back in the seat.
I have another enemy of progress. It's a bit more serious this time. Just general road life. Like in general, it's a big enemy of progress. We understand how it can grab children from young people from different walks of life. It's not just those in poverty, but it does target those who are in like working class situations and poverty stricken situations. But just, recently there's been a spate of young boys mostly have been involved in some horrendous situations that's making me say like road life is not progression, it is an enemy of your progression, and if you can find a way out of it, please do. So first I just want to just even give condolences and love to the family and friends of Renee Graham, the 15-year-old boy that was shot in Emsley Horniman's Pleasance Park in Ladbroke Grove. It's otherwise known as the Teletubby Park. There was a family event there a couple of weekends ago called Park Lime that was organised by the Caribbean Music Association, and it was like food, family, music and everything. I was going to go. We went to Gina's Beats and Bands event. I have friends and family that went. My little niece was there. And then there was a moment when a guy came out of the bushes, apparently, and let off a shot to scatter the people, and then went and close ranged, took Renee's life. And that was in front of a bunch of people, and it was a very packed family event. And so that was horrendous. And so people are saying we don't know what's gone on. There have been 4 men that were arrested, 20, 21 and 25. They are since been put on bail. So I don't know how this is going to get resolved. If it's going to get resolved, because we also know the wall of silence that happens when these things happen. There has been rumours that this has been linked to some postcode wars that are happening in Ladbroke Grove right now, West London. So all of that, we don't need this to happen. And apparently a couple of weeks ago before this, 2 boys were shot in the area as well. So it could be retaliation. I don't know anything. I don't want to add to the rumours, but this is what's been spoken about. So then there's that. Then, a couple of weeks later or a few days later, we then see I don't know if you guys saw the viral video of the boy in the Uber.
Uncle Drive.
Oh, yeah.
And
I saw the conversation on Twitter.
Yeah. It was a lot. So basically this young boy got in the back of an Uber, and then I don't understand, he got in, then he got out, then he had an argument with some guys that were kind of off camera, but then you just see knives wielding, and then they're chasing him down, and he's screaming at the driver to drive. They smash out the Uber car window, and they're basically trying to stab up this boy. So in the end, I think the driver's shocked and he's a bit confused, and there's lots of debate about the driver, whether he should have moved quicker or not. But I think it was just a shocking moment. Yeah, he ends up driving away, and there's that situation. And then there was, I think, the dad took to socials.
Yes, the dad took to socials, who happens to be a personal trainer for my cousin. And the dad was like, he has been estranged from his children's lives and his son. And he was like, if anybody knows my son, pass on my details, exactly, because he doesn't have his son's details to get in contact with me. I can't believe I'm watching my son almost lose his life on social media. The level of cliche to this boy's story, with an absent black dad and the dad taken to social media to try and get in touch with his son, and apparently there's other kids that the dad hasn't been involved in their life, and the fact that the kid is still posting on social media
what, to this day?
Yeah, he's showing off, flossing.
Wow.
I'm flossing, they didn't get me. So again, the cab thing, it does seem like he was set up.
Yeah.
Because he stole, apparently, and he put this out there. I know why they were after me now. People think that I stole from some other bad man, and so now they're retaliating. And so it seems like he was set up by the guys that he was in the cab with, allegedly. They tried to jump him, and then that's when he jumped back into the car and said, Uncle Drive.
Okay, that's why he was in and out of the car. Okay, so I didn't get that. And then, if that's not enough, and I know there's so many more stories and incidents happening, but another thing that happened was on Tuesday night, apparently, there's some footage of a machete fight that took place in Southend. They're apparently, TikTok announced a beach party in Southend. So the TikTok followers and the kids went down to Southend, and then it erupted into madness. You see kids running and then wielding machetes. I know we can't resolve it. I know I'm just an auntie, but seriously, I have no words, but all of that is enemy of progress. All of you guys that don't value yourselves and each other, who can take a sword and it's I don't know what it is that comes to your mind, and I understand that there's pressures from being on road. I know there's pressures from having to do things that you might not want to do, but in the moment, that's all you feel that you have to do. There's so many things, and I'm never been in that situation. I know I'm speaking from a privileged perspective, but this is not the way forward, and it saddens me. I mean, we've got a 15-year-old boy, and there's many more kids that have died in this space, but there's a 15-year-old boy that was shot at a family event, local, and he doesn't come home the next day because of what? And if you boil down whatever, I don't even know what argument could have justified a 15-year-old boy losing his life.
It's never that deep, really. Was everybody safe in Southend? There wasn't any casualties?
I have no idea. I don't even know what happened. 'Cause you see the footage of the guys chasing. Like, what is actually, because when does it start to become, we need to do this, to that you're just acting wild?
It's mad. For me, it's always just like the lack of respect for life.
Yeah.
It's like life is just nothing. It's like, do you realise that once you do this, I think they think it's like GTA or something, and that the person's going to magically rise and come back to life. It's like, once you do that, the person is gone. Like, that's it. And it's just like, I just can't wrap my head around like the lack of respect for life, and just like, because like what you would say, it's never worth it. Like when you unpack everything, it's always such nonsense things. Like, you men are fighting over postcodes that are not ours.
Yeah.
You have no, do you know what I mean? We have no ownership. It's not land. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not land you're fighting over. This is just areas that you've got no ownership over, and it's just mad. But just quickly, I just think this is like the perfect time to shout out this initiative called Mentivity.
Yes.
So basically, Tolly and I did a talk for them the other day at the Spotify offices, because they've managed to get some funding to basically reinstate youth centres.
Oh, right.
Because I think there's been some sort of like what's the word? Not coalition. Or whatever, I can't think of the word, but basically there's been some sort of connection between the lack of like spaces for young people to go to, and just like the rise in crime and stuff like that. So shout out Sace Lewis Holmes, like he's the founder of it, and he's managed to get funding because he wants to basically bring it back. And so they did like a short film, and they'd spoken to like Miss Banks and a couple of other people in the industry about how influential it actually was having these safe spaces to go to. And not to say that it's going to solve any kind of crime, but just having places for young people to go to express themselves, to have like youth workers that they can talk to, who can talk them off a ledge if they're moving mad. I definitely think that there's something in that. So check out Mentivity, because they're doing really, really good work, and I want to like get involved and like do some podcasting stuff, and we can all connect after. But yeah, it's a really, really like dope initiative, and I just think this was perfect timing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's really great. That is definitely what's needed. I remember on my estate there used to be two kind of youth centres at either end, and them shutting down when I was quite young, maybe about 8. But like obviously there's big age gaps between me and my siblings. So for my brother's friends, that was fundamental. They had nowhere. So now where there was somebody that was doing initiatives, and they would go out and they would go on excursions and stuff, that all ended. Now they're just plotting on a block. So then you become food for the older kids who are seeing the younger ones plotting on the block, and it's kind of like, oh, you know what, all you got to do is go Kilburn and do this, because they're idle, sending them out places. And that was the beginning of when people were robbing on trains, and you know, I mean, it was called lashing text, like they're just taking stuff. It was literally like loads of my brother's friends getting done for stealing things for the older lot and ending up in prison. That it's that idleness, and that was initiatives put place by governments to shut down these things, like saving money. And then you criminalize these kids, and then you got them working in prison.
Exactly.
It's that pipeline that they have in America that we've had here as well, and it's the same thing. I just wish younger people were wiser to how you're being set up. Like they're robbing your youth, and then you're in prison doing bits for flipping 30p that you'll never see.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think we need to change the language as well, because all of that stuff is grooming. I'm sorry, if you're an older and you're essentially like enticing a young person and dangling things like money and power or whatever over their heads to get them to do things for you, that is grooming. And I think if people understood that, then maybe they would feel a bit more shame about doing it, because I don't think that they see it as that. Because when I think of grooming, I think of like more on the sexual side of things. But it's all under the same umbrella. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, really, honestly, it's just despicable.
It's true. It's calling it what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always that backlash when you say that is grooming, and there'll be the others.
Yeah, they're like, no, it's not the same. Because you know the connotations behind grooming, so you don't want to be affiliated, but you're doing the same thing.
Like big grown men,
it's just a different type of violence.
It's like, I'm going to target you, and
exactly,
a little younger, and it's sickening, and they should go hard on that. Because I have no, like, even less sympathy for older men.
It's disgusting.
The big man that like look at kids on the road and say, I'm going to sneak you up. It's
like, you're so pathetic. You actually have to rely on young people who are innocent and like snatch their childhoods. Because you can't get your shit together.
Really?
Get it together. Yeah. Like, don't do that. Like, if you want to mess up your life, do that. But don't mess up an entire generation of younger people. Like, because you were hard done by. It's out of order.
It is. It's definitely gross.
Okay.
It is. Okay, so doing a little quick, minute political update. So tiny. And this is focusing on Amber Rose because she went on the Candice Owens show very, very recently. She went to discuss a couple of things. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch it. I saw a clip of her basically talking about how, you know, that their black cards essentially have been taken away now. Do you know what I mean? And I was thinking, but what black card,
When did you have a black card, Amber?
Like, I thought you weren't black. I thought that was the whole reason Miss Jocelyn went for your scalp. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, you're acting a bit different and stuff. Did anybody watch it? Does anyone care? Does anyone get political advice from Amber Rose?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I looked to find out what's going on over in America.
I am now a Republican because I'm a red. Spoke at the RNC, and now I'm a converted Republican.
Do you know what? Yeah, I saw that on my YouTube, because my YouTube was full of some mad things, and it came up, and I was so angry. I literally had to like click the not interested button on YouTube, which I've never done before. Because usually I would like be so, because I like to watch like right-wing things, because I like to get ahead of enemy lines and see what they're talking about and what they're saying. So I watch a lot of like the problematic people, and if there was like a burner YouTube, I would absolutely do that so they don't get streamed. But unfortunately there isn't. But I saw that and I was like, no, this is just too ridiculous. I just cannot, like, what is actually happening here?
It's that, like, are you okay? But we know it's for the bag. Like, you got paid. I think Joe Biden kind of implied on his show that, you know, don't say how I know, but I know that it was a pretty bag. And then all the people that are defending her, I'm like, wait, let's see you at the RNC. I think Michael Blackson came out to defending our good sis. Are you okay?
Well, actually, why am I surprised?
Exactly, shock horror.
Listen, I do want to, anyway, one day.
Kind of that guy, I'm not going to lie.
He's a step away from being on the enemy of progress
all the time.
Yeah,
it's almost too irrelevant for us to bring him.
Yeah, exactly.
But the dude chats shit on a daily, and it's like it's kind of crazy. He jumped on her clout.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody's talking about Amber Rose. Hey, remember me? Amber Rose is my friend. Leave her alone. I was literally like, you're such an idiot.
It's embarrassing.
I really hope to gosh that I don't go to Ghana one day and say, oh, see your cousin.
Oh, God.
Sacrilege.
Wait, is he gone in?
Yeah.
No. Giving her too much joy.
I'm embarrassed, man. I can't lie.
What would you? I know, it's not about Michael, but what would you do if you turned up at a family function and, hey, cuz?
I would honestly act as if I didn't know who he was. I would just be like, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, I just could not even give them the time of day. Sorry, Amber Rose is a bird, okay? She is a big bird. And it's so transparent what's going on here. She's been washed for a minute. The rappers are not giving her the attention anymore. She's tired of being in that lane, and she's skint, and she's doing this for money. There's nothing sincere about it, because I don't see how, and I get it, like, people can change their political stances or whatever, but to go from this extreme, like, 1 minute you're doing a slut walk and you're talking about, like, you know,
Women
feminism and
empowerment,
the progression of women and slut shaming and all of this stuff. And then now you're going and you're backing someone that is a blatant misogynist, a blatant racist. And I saw this kind of coming because she's been doing this thing lately where she's been denouncing that she's black, whereas before she's benefited off of it. Like before when people thought she was, I never thought she was mixed. I always thought she was a white woman with, you know, that was in black spaces with a bit of spice. I never ever thought she was black anyway. But you know, in America, literally you can have a great grandmother and they'll say that you're black, innit? So, but lately she's been slowly denouncing it. She's been on like Clubhouse and like certain interviews being like, I'm mixed. And there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, that's what she is. But it was just the timing seemed very,
starting to plant.
do you know what I mean? It felt like she was planting seeds. So now that we're here, and I think it was at, what was the thing that she spoke at?
The RNC.
And she was like, I'm finally with my people. And what I saw, the little clip I saw of her with Candace Owens, is that she is a bird. She doesn't know what is going on. She's just backing this thing because it's given her some clout. She's probably got a nice check. And so you just can't take people like that seriously, that stand on nothing. Like, she just stands on nothing. It's embarrassing.
It's the politicians playing in our face as well. Like, let's get this one. It's like, have you even done your research?
She doesn't know
who
what
is she
she's talking about.
convincing?
Who cares what she thinks?
Literally,
That's the thing. I'm not gonna lie.
She
no
is
one.
an old wash stripper.
Basically,
like no one cares about your opinion about politics. Like, you're washed, you're ran through, and everyone's bored of you. And now you're jumping on this thing, and it's just really transparent. And you know, the blogs were like, she hasn't been the same since Cher took her man.
Yeah.
Ever since Cher took her man.
Could you be the same if Cher, who is literally
A great
80, can take your man? An 80-year-old woman took your man.
You would be bitter too. So I understand why she's gone completely to the left.
Yeah, she's mad.
Or to the right, should I say?
To the right.
It's fair. But also, like, to follow on, she's been saying, you know, I had the backing of Wiz Khalifa. And so he was the one that pushed me to do it. And I'm thinking, that guy has another chick. He is just thinking, get your money, sis, and leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
His new girlfriend is pregnant. He's not thinking about that.
Exactly. He's going to be like, go and get that bag about, like, why are you asking me? Because then if you don't get that money, you're going to be asking me for money. Bitch, get that money.
And you're not doing anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what's she up to?
What is she up to?
She hasn't been up to anything. She's been nowhere to be seen. And this is like the first I've heard of her in years. And I saw her on a couple of podcasts where she's just been saying mad things about Satanism. And she's just losing the plot. Like, she's
like, if you're literally losing the plot, then get help, sis.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like, oh, mate, I can't call you sis, are you? Because you're not a sis.
No, she's not. But she doesn't want to be a sis.
Get help, woman.
She was a sis when it benefited her. And now she doesn't want to do that anymore.
And this is what happens when you open the barbecue gates to everybody.
Just because they can twerk.
Just because they can twerk, fam.
Oh, God.
Because she was put at the pinnacle, like, that's beauty, black beauty. Okay.
Exactly. Now look.
When I
Definitely
speak.
a white woman, definitely. Well, now she is amongst her people for real.
Exactly. Goodbye.
Stay there.
The door behind her.
Bye, girl.
Yeah, seriously. See you later, mate. Okay, welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
Okay.
I have reservations, but go on.
Okay, cool. So this is where we talk about people who we want to sing their praises a little bit, you know? And we're going to start with, well, to be fair, like, a lot has been going on in the world. Like, it seems like there's a bit of a shift going on at the moment. So we had Labour come into power in the UK with whatever your politics is. There's definitely a shift there. We had MIMII and Josh win Love Island.
Woo!
Seriously. It was a big freaking deal. First black couple to win Love Island in 8 seasons and 11 seasons, 8 years.
In the UK.
Crazy in the UK, yes. And now it seems that there's another shift coming because Kamala Harris is the president, what is she?
Presidential candidate.
Yes, she's the candidate. Yeah, for the Democrat. Yes, basically. So she is the selection. She is Joe Biden. So we haven't been here for a couple of weeks because we pre-recorded. So a lot has happened. A lot has happened. There was assassination attempt, apparently, allegedly, on Donald Trump. And Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, has gone to
sleep. Not permanently.
Not
permanently.
Not permanently.
Taking a rest.
He's taking a nap.
Yeah, just a nap, just a light nap.
And Kamala has stepped in. The VP has stepped in, and she is the candidate at the moment. I don't know who her running mate is. I don't think that's seriously, but she she's raising money by the truckloads. She done a Zoom recently. There was so many people on it. I think she done a women's only one.
Black women's one where how many thousands of
too many people on there.
40K or something. And Zoom had to open the boundaries.
Yes. She done a male one as well, kind of thing. Elon Musk got into a little bit of trouble allegedly because there was like a White Boys for Kamala account that got shut down apparently, that kind of thing. Right. So there's a lot. People want to give her money. People want to give her support. Do you know what I mean? She's raised a hell of a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? And she is the candidate. And, you know, how do you guys feel about that? I guess it's welcome to the family. For me, it's welcome to the family because I'm just like, we need someone to go up against Trump. Previously, the only person that could potentially have done that is Michelle Obama. She's not interested in running at all. Do you know what I mean? She has endorsed Kamala. Or what's the big...
No, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go on. Now you have the attention.
It was something in my head. Sorry,
okay,
go ahead.
Go for it.
I apologize.
But yes, so Michelle is not going to do it. Do you know what I mean? So Kamala's the next big thing. She done a rally in Atlanta the other day where she had Megan Thee Stallion perform. She had... people think that she is the one that can take down Trump. What do you guys think? Do you think it's possible?
Do you know what? At this point, a pigeon could take down. Do you know what I mean?
Pigeon.
Like, literally. I mean, I know that he does also have a lot of backing, but in terms of like someone qualified, like it's not exactly hard. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like, what choice? There's no choice. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it just feels like, I don't know. There's no other option but to get behind Kamala. And I hope she wins.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the sad thing. Like, there really isn't another option other than her, because Trump has come in firing all cylinders, using racist language, like saying that she has a low IQ. Like, that's how they used to talk about black people in the 60s.
Imagine him.
This is it. So it's like, you know who you're talking to. You're going for a base. Like, this is... You know, basically, you're calling her the N-word by saying she's a low IQ person. But what does she stand for? What do the Democrats stand for that is in opposition to the Republicans? Really, that's the thing. Is it like just a soft peddling to the same end? Like, the Republicans are rapid to white people are still having a white supremacy, and the Republicans soft pedal it so it's easier for us to palate. It's the same shit. There's no radical change, so I can't support her. Is she going to be like, we're going to stop funding Israel? No, she's not going to do that. Are they really going to demand a ceasefire? She's just talking about it. You can tell Israel to stop bombing Gaza. You can do all of that. So it's like, it's the same shit. It's just easier on us. And that isn't an alternative. The alternative is to withdraw from these psychopaths governing us. That's the alternative that I see. So other than that, she's not a welcome to the family for me, because what do you stand for, chick? Other than you having some more melanin than flipping Trump, same side of...
I don't like people dog whistling, especially at black women when it's convenient for them, but on any other normal day, you're not part of the family. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just find it really performative. But at the same time, I'm conflicted because what is the alternative? You know, it's like, I'm kind of with you, Nana. It feels like two sides of the same, different sides of the same coin, essentially. But then it's like Trump, like, she is also the lesser of two evils. But it really is. It's like asking, like, making the choice between diarrhea and constipation. It's all shit.
Yeah. that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's a tentative welcome for me. It's a tentative welcome to let's just see what happens, because we had so much hopes pinned on Obama, and look how that went. And I do understand he was fighting, so it seemed, to get certain things across, and because Congress was, mostly Republican, he had to fight all the time to even get things across the line. So I'd like to really understand where Kamala is. I don't think the conversation about her being a quiet VP stands, because everyone says that the VP is...
Every VP is
quiet.
quiet,
Exactly,
yeah.
but that's
Do you know what I mean?
been thrown at her, so I don't think that's a fair assessment. It is about what she comes forward for. Yes, we don't want to see Trump, and I do think Trump is scrambling. I'd like to see how he handles a debate. Is he going to debate her? Because he was giving it the big one that I'll debate her, but only if da-da-da-da-da. So he's putting in conditions, making it very clear for him to back out when he wants to back out. So I think he's scrambling, because some of the things he's saying are so childish, and he sounds dumb already. He sounds even more stupid now she's on the docket, right?
Yeah.
I want to see what she stands for. I don't think it's like it's going to save the world. I think there's going to be still some policies that are not going to benefit Americans in the way that they probably think. But I'm like, get behind her, because Trump might be more of a fast track. Maybe it's a slower track to Armageddon if we get behind Kamala.
No, for real. And some people have been saying some wild things, by the way. Yeah.
God.
So we had, Trump's running mate is officially his running mate.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't believe this. I'm not gonna lie, because I was just like, there's no way this man is working with you. First of all, he hated you a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Listen.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely crazy. J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Basically, he said, and I swear to God, I was talking about this on Labrish, isn't it? Yeah. I literally woke up in the morning and I thought, why is everyone attacking me? Because he said that effectively, we're effectively running in this country by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable with their own lives and the choices that they made, so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too.
Imagine that.
I was just like... First of all,
He's talking about Kamala.
So he's like,
I didn't even realise she didn't have kids, to be fair.
It's either single or childless women.
Yeah.
Basically, like, they should be penalised.
yeah.
Because they're all for that.
They should pay more tax as well, he's suggesting.
Yeah. Even though they're using less resources.
Basically.
But he's like, because they're not populating, they need to be punished.
Yeah.
That's the only
That's some Handmaid's Tale shit, man.
Exactly.
Project
Isn't that
2025
Project 2025?
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
mandate.
I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, me, I'm single. I have a cat. I'm not miserable though. But like, like, you coming for me? Not that I'm American anyway, but like,
No, he's coming for anyone that's
Wow.
And the thing is, you're saying that about Kamala. What about your whole president, like wannabe president? What kind of father is Donald Trump?
Exactly.
What has he demonstrated about being the father of the year or not? Does he even see look at his children?
As they say,
all of them.
The Democratic Party line against the Republicans is that they're weird. And I was just like, yes, they are. They are. And that's going to stick,
Yeah.
That's going to stick more than saying that Kamala's dumb. Do you know what I mean? Because there's just so... She's overqualified for the job. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? As a typical black woman is, you know? Do you know what I mean? So that's again why I hate that show. But yeah, so I think... Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, I think... what's the word? Yeah. Sorry, my thing's gone a bit weird.
Just to jump in, they keep on coming with Kamala's, like, her ethnicity.
Yeah.
So there's some people that are like, well, she's black and Indian. So she's a black candidate. And then there's others that are like, no, she's just Indian. So us black people shouldn't get behind her. I don't know why do people think that this matters?
Boy.
Like, I think it's such a weird line to be like, because she's not really black, we can't support her. Really, what are the alternatives? Are you all going to rally together and do a third party and support that? Or just jump on the Democrats if you don't want Trump in? I think it's very simple.
The internet's going to internet, and comments are going to comment, and you have to literally, as we did with the UK elections, take yourself off of socials and do your own research. Because it's significant. Yes, if you claim her. If you're brown, claim her. If you're black, claim her. If she speaks to what you need to survive on this earth, then go for it. It doesn't matter. It does matter. But the conversation on socials can warp it, because people are crazy.
Yeah, I don't feel like when it comes to politics, there needs to be any sort of emotional attachment to a candidate, whether it be race or whether it be their background. I just need to know what you want to do for me and and the country. Like, that's all I care about. Like, I don't care, because time and time again, we've seen that whatever race the person is, doesn't necessarily, it's not indicative of what they're going to do for you as a black person.
Yeah.
Because more time they can't do it. Like they can't say it out loud anyway. They can't say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z for black people. So I feel like we just need to just let that go, man. But I just think it's just...
Well, she needs votes. I think that's the main thing. Do you know what I mean? So like if she's black people... well, the stereotype is they're more likely to vote for a black candidate, right? Do you know what I mean? So I guess it does mean something. I think it's like she self-identifies as a black woman, so I have to go with what she says. Do you know what I mean?
HBCU. She's done black things. She had door knocker earrings.
Ooh, apparently she went out with Montel Williams, honey.
Yeah.
See that picture of...
Yeah, Montel done a statement of all sorts. Yeah.
That's my ex.
She probably looked like a video vixen in that picture as well. I was like, okay, 90s Kamala.
Because
even bob.
One, we don't have it down here.
But one salt and pepper.
She had like door knocker earrings. There's a picture of her. Like, I don't know, door knocker earrings and stuff.
like people, someone was calling her a hoe or something.
You know, Trump was calling her a prostitute, so she slept her way to the top.
No, but and someone else was calling her
like
actual
in school,
hoe.
she's a hoe.
Yeah, basically.
Like
it's
a black
just ridiculous.
hoe.
But also as well, I don't have a list of them right now, but there's a lot of black rappers, that are really against Kamala. And it's like, it's a lot.
Are you okay? Who was it?
Like,
what was the one who
they're
had
being paid.
They have to be.
They're also getting...
The Amber Rose deal.
Yeah, because who was it that kicked any Democrats out of his concert? I can't remember which rapper it was.
Oh,
One Hit Wonder.
No, it's
Black and yellow guy. No,
that's Wiz.
It's the other one that was with the girl that's called Tammy. And his mum is a...
Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka Flame.
No.
Get out of my concert if you're a Democrat. Are you okay? Waka Flocka Flocka.
Waka.
I'm genuinely shocked.
Honestly, I was too, because I kind of like it.
I thought he was a
ever
smart
since
man.
he was, he thought that the lady that was doing sign language was dancing. That man is slow.
Oh.
Do you remember? There was some festival and the woman was doing sign language and he was proper like, like, he went up to her thinking that she was dancing. That's not someone whose opinion on politics I'm taking seriously.
No, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
That's a shame. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, they got him too.
Oh my
God.
God.
100%.
Yeah, I need people to stand on stuff, man.
ridiculous, yeah.
Especially if you've really got money and you're being paid.
Like,
to,
isn't it? And
that's mad.
the desperation's wild.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
This is what they say, though.
so
They're
embarrassed.
fronting like they have money, but actually
And
they
they
don't.
It's
they
true.
don't.
A lot of them live on credit cards, you know.
Credit cards,
Yeah.
So, if the Republicans are coming with, look, endorse us, we're going to give you a swift 100K.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're going to take it.
I've got to do that.
Got to turn up.
Got to.
Got to send a
How
tweet.
much?
I was just about to say, if Reform came to you and was like,
How much?
here's a
Reform
check
UK.
for 500K for one tweet saying endorse me.
How much?
500K.
I'm sorry.
You're not even sorry. What are you talking about?
But, on a quiet day on the timeline, they
Seriously.
might not even...
Make that harder. You cannot say I was joking. You can't come back.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't explain
they're going
yourself.
to kill me or something.
No, you just can't explain yourself.
You don't get the
You're
money.
gonna die.
No, but what if I got... Nah.
Can't lie. I can't. I'm going to take it. I'm
500 grand.
really,
That's me being real.
I'm taking it.
Serious?
Does everyone know
500K.
behind it? Do you know what? Enough.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
I'm so self-righteous.
Yeah, 500K. That's life changing. So, bye.
Because people that know me know you don't know me in it. So.
Yeah, exactly. You know that I
people
did it for the
know.
check, but then are we being hypocrites? Because if that's what Amber Rose did,
Then
no. But
why
there's
would
all
us
the one tweet. I'm not gonna go around parading it around.
Okay, what would it take for you to do a stand at the Reform Convention?
No, I have to see at least $1 million for that.
No, much more.
I need
No, to do to go and do like a
whole
debate.
speech.
And
What,
stuff
to
and
be
do a
part of
speech.
the press run?
To do a
an Amber
speech.
Rose.
Like, they're going to use your image.
And you're going to sit on Piers
You're going to
Morgan.
search
Yeah, it's gonna be
Reform
everywhere.
and your picture's going to come
Down
up.
with the lefties. I'm with the righties.
You know what? Oh my god.
No, that's...
How much?
They can't afford me.
My on-air answer is I would never do that. But
However.
my off-air answer is
$1 million.
do you know, I would be such a liar if I said if it was a life-changing sum of money. No, I've got to stand on something, man. I don't know. if it was like 20 million pounds,
You can't say all of that.
I
and
can't
then-
lie. I'll tap dance a little bit. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't.
No, but I would. Could I stand in front of everyone? But the money's in my bank.
20 mil.
20
I don't have to
million.
do anything anymore.
And do you know what? The internet has a short memory, man.
It's gonna be next week's news.
They don't when you're black. Like, seriously.
Yeah, true.
But the
They
thing
still
is,
be bringing up
True.
Steph
No,
London's
facts.
tweets.
Facts.
It's
It's actually true.
But it depends on what you want to do. Because if you just fade to black and just mind your business on an island somewhere,
Yeah.
we can go to Ghana. They won't mind. They'll be like, oh, it's true.
And you're not allowed to say you did it for the money.
You're not allowed to say, but your
You've
people
got to be
will
like, no, this is actually like
You have
my
to
stance now.
Act like
Forever.
it's authentic.
Okay, no, I can't. I'm moving the variables too much. I don't know. I have to think about it, but because I can't. It's
So
very.
there's no money.
It's very tempting.
No, I can't.
There's no money.
No, there's none.
There's
no,
no
do you know what?
money.
The thing is,
At least you have
yeah,
your integrity.
I
There's no
feel
money.
like I could make that amount of money. I actually genuinely think I could.
Fair.
Like, do you know what I mean? So like,
And that
I
is-
just nah.
There's that thing when the devil hands you the option and you say no, and then God blesses you after.
Yeah, very
There's that
true.
one.
Yeah, you know that image of Jesus with a bigger teddy?
Yeah.
The little girl's holding onto a small teddy, and then Jesus has like got like a massive teddy behind
it.
him.
Boy. But they do that knock on the door. I can imagine like the agents are there. They do the knock on the door and it's like, we want to talk to you. Like, you're great for this. And then they like open the case and there's all the glittering lights.
It's ding.
And you're just like, I could change. It wouldn't be just for me. I'd be thinking I could change my whole family's life. Siblings, my cousins.
And
I
the
could
pods.
change so many people's lives for literally just saying, get out of the country.
Go before.
Also, you could change the country's life because then we're under right-wing kosh and all the blacks are gone.
I don't believe in my influence that much.
No, nor do I.
I'm sorry, I'm not that influential. Sorry, I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be hard. Man.
Yeah, that's a hard one, and
Seriously.
I hope we're never put in that position.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to test my integrity like that.
Innit,
I
don't
know
test
what I'll
me like
do.
that.
Exactly.
You know what I need.
Them
Don't do that.
hypotheticals there.
Hilarious.
All right,
Oh, it'd
guys.
be hard.
Well, we'll watch this space and see if Kamala stays in our family party or she gets kicked out. Let's get into dilemmas with Aunties Know Best.
Okay.
I thought you were going to sing.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how to be a good friend? So, Auntie Oprah and Auntie Gail, we're talking about their friendship, and you know, there's long been the rumors that they're sleeping together and they're in a relationship. But Oprah's countering that, as you heard. She's saying that no, we're just super beautiful best friends, and people might not be used to seeing women being in this situation, like women loving each other and respecting each other and they're being so close. And she said the reason why it works is because Gail wants her to win more than she wants herself to win. So it's just a testament to maybe how good of a friend Gail is. Doesn't say how much of a friend Oprah is, but it's that thing about the reason why it works for Oprah is because Gail wants her to win more than herself. Are you that friend? Are you a Gail?
Do you know what? I like to have an equal playing field in my friendships. And from that sentence, it doesn't sound like there is one. It feels like in the power dynamic, Oprah is the star and Gail is the rock, right? And I think for some people, depending on your personalities, that can work. But for me, and the thing is, it's tricky because I feel like in friendships and in any kind of like relationship that you have, there's peaks and there's peaks and troughs. And so, of course, there's going to be some times where one person's up and another person isn't. But I think if the general consensus is that, like, you're always the star and I'm the rock, I don't know. I mean, if it works, then cool. But for me, I like an equal exchange of energy in all of my relationships. And so the fact that Oprah could, like, flagrantly be like, she's always happier for me, and she couldn't say that about herself, kind of gives me a tiny bit of insight into their dynamic and how that friendship works. And again, I'm not judging it. It might very well just work out for them, and Gail might be completely happy in that role. But I think also it's easy to be super happy for someone when you're very successful as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of like, you know, Oprah's Oprah. There's very, very few people that are going to be on that level anyway. So even trying to compete is ridiculous. But Gail, in her own right, is very successful. I wonder if the friendship would work if Gail worked in Tesco's and Oprah was who she is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's just the reality of it. So,
or if that even can work. Like if you're in a friendship with somebody and you're on two totally different status levels, like is it actually really a true friendship that you're having? I do wonder about that, because also she goes on to talk about jealousy and the hint of jealousy from somebody who you consider your friend. Are they actually being a friend? I think it's an interesting one to be like, do you know how to be a good friend? Only your friends can tell you.
Exactly, you can't rate yourself.
That you're
You can't rate
yeah.
Like, you know, and you can only go on how, I think you can't even go on longevity. You just got to go on the quality of your friendship. How good is it? When you're down, is this the person that you can talk to and they're there for you? And it's not just always an advice exchange. Can they just sit with you sometimes just to be in, I feel shit today, and they can just be, I'm just coming round, and you don't even talk. It's like that. Can your friends hold space for you? I think is more of a testament to your friendships, and do you feel supported, or is there that competition element in your friendship? Like, I don't know, and I wasn't getting that their friendship was totally solid, actually. From just listening to them, I was like,
I agree.
I don't actually know about you guys. If you two are the ones to talk on friendship, I'm not sure. But it's an interesting starting point.
I think I felt that too, just from that little clip, and I understand it is a very little clip. Do you know what I mean? But you could definitely see the power dynamic for sure. But also as well, like Oprah and Gayle they have such meaning in our culture in terms of like black women who are friends. Do you know what I mean? Like I would imagine even if they didn't like each other that much, they would keep the facade going because it's actually more harmful for them not to be public friends as well. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like in terms of like competition, I'm not interested in that at all, in my friends at all. That makes me sick. I hate it. Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why would you compete with your friend? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me at all. I like to think, because it is hard to say, isn't it? But I like to think that I'm considerate. That's one thing I would like to say that I have in like all of my friendships. Like I try to be as considerate as possible, and but I'm kind of at the same time a bit low maintenance. Like, do you know what I mean? In terms of like, you might not hear from me from a little bit, you know? Do you know what I mean?
I might go small.
Yeah, seriously. It's not like, but it doesn't mean anything. I'm just like just trying to figure out life and stuff, you know, seriously. So yeah, it's an interesting one.
It's hard. What do you think?
I haven't watched. I'd like to watch the whole thing, because it would be interesting to see the dynamics. And it is like, if your friend's winning and she's breaking you off part of her winnings, that's a good friend. Like that,
be happy for it. I'll be happy.
Just be
with
happy with that, and that could be fine. And also, this dynamic that we've not bought into, that we're seeing between Oprah and Gayle, that's one friendship group. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the public friendship group. Who is Gayle Oprah's shoulder to cry on? Do you know what I mean? Do they have that relationship, or is it this how it works in this dynamic? But actually, I call Sarah for this, I call Janice for that, I call Agnes for that, and also Gayle's world. I'm assuming, because Oprah is Oprah, you can't always tap into Oprah's availability and time, because Oprah is Oprah. So I'm assuming that the power dynamic is different. So Gayle will probably have a different set of friends.
Okay.
To not depend solely on Oprah, which is also why it works, because she's got other people around her. I'm assuming, I don't know. So that's maybe how that works. I don't know if I'm a good friend. I know I care about my people, but it doesn't always show up in the same way. So I don't know if my friends would say that I'm a good friend and I'm consistent, and you know where I am. You can always find me. I'm just there.
And different people require different things.
And that's the thing.
That's very true.
And I think that's one thing that, it's that comfortability. I'm my most happiest when it comes to my friends, when you just really understand me. I think my biggest thing is not being understood. So if you understand what I mean, what I'm trying to say, even when I'm stumbling over my words, that is what I consider a good friend. Someone that really lets me be me. Yeah. And I think with the hardships of being a black woman on day to day, you always got your walls up, you've got your guard up, you've got people saying you're aggressive, you've got people saying this, are you pretty, all this stuff that we have to deal with. Can I just be me in my friendship space? And I think I've got good friends that let me be me. And that's what
And you know what, like, because later on they're going to talk about jealousy. I think that's so interesting in friendship groups, especially like on that kind of scale. Like that's a whole different, that's like off the charts, like their whole thing. But I feel like with jealousy, and I know Oprah was basically like, I can't have anyone in my circle that's jealous of me. I feel like a good friend, even if they feel that, they would never let you know. So Gail, if we use them as an example, she might have felt those things, but maybe, because I don't think jealousy on the surface is a bad thing. I think it's how you deal with it after. Do you know what I mean? So she could have felt that, but maybe she's checked herself so much to the point that Oprah's never felt that. So you don't actually know if your friends have ever been jealous of you, because it's not really an emotion that where we say with our chest. It's embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one wants to admit that they're jealous of someone that they love, because ultimately you love that person, you want the best for them, but you might feel a way that they have something that you don't have. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think that the emotion is a cut off point for me. It's just, if I feel like you're jealous of me and I know it, that's a problem. You can feel it and I should never know it.
Get it.
The minute I know it and it's like a constant thing, it's not even just a one-off, because we're flawed, we're humans. If I constantly feel like you're jealous of me, then you gotta go. And if you can't rein that shit in.
I think that's such a red flag. And honestly, like, I think like where that's come up before in my past, it puts me on I'm so on guard with people. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like I've had situations where people have like displayed that, it's come to a head and it's like, that's what it is. And even when I didn't understand that's what it was, do you know what I mean? Like, someone
you don't
else
want to admit
said,
it when you think it.
do you know what I mean? Like,
it's awkward to even
yeah,
say it out loud.
I think,
and someone else has told me. Oh, seriously?
I will spot it, and I will tell people. My sister got a message from my aunt. Like, she went to Ghana, this was like, she was in her 20s with a whole load of friends. And my aunt pulled her to one side and she was like, you have a thing about you. My sister's really good at talking to people. It's like, you have this magnetism, entry, but what you do as well is you kind of can fall into jealousy traps with your friends. And you think they are attached to you and they really like you, but actually they're jealous of you. So she was like, you have to really watch that. Then she came back to the UK soon after and was like telling me about it. And you know when a spark goes off in your head, like, I must watch this emotion in people, because it's I can see how it can escalate. I was young when she said it, but it's always been a thing. If somebody, you have an achievement and their immediate reaction is a bit of a and it carries on, you know, it's like they never are truly happy for you. You can tell, and you know that they would like something similar that you're doing. It icks me. I'm always like, oh no, it's scary. But obviously jealousy is a natural emotion. I would prefer they spotted it in themselves and stopped it. Exactly
That's
they
the thing.
pivoted.
Yeah, don't let me know that you're jealous. Like, if you can't get it together to the point where it's being displayed, that's wild.
Yeah.
But it's like because I think there's different levels of it. Do you know what I mean? And also like the intent as well, because the dark side of it is that someone wants to be close to you to kind of like destroy you, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Or like they can't control their emotions. They can't control their I don't know if it's necessarily hatred, but it's just like they want what you have so bad that they will destroy you to make themselves look better. Do you know what I mean? And like seeing that up close is fucking scary, first of all. Do you know what I mean? So I will protect against that at any cost. So if I see a hint of that, I'm gone. Like, I really am. Yeah. Like, seriously, it's not a joke for me.
I think for me, growing up very insecure, I never even knew about the word jealousy. I didn't understand it being applied to someone like me. So I was like, they would never be jealous of me because like I'm just regular. I'm not anything special. So that was my insecurity dulling me to that. So when in later life or in moments I'm like, oh, this is literally was them being jealous of me. And it has affected me, I guess, up until today, because there was like, oh, that's what jealousy is. And I took so long not applying it to what I was doing because I'm downplaying myself. I'm like, it's I've allowed too many people in that space. And I'm like, the basis is you were jealous, so I didn't lock them off, or didn't help them understand that what you're doing is wrong and what's for me is for me, and you can still get yours. Because I will say, oh my God, Chad, you did it. I'm jealous, but I'm not going to come and get you. I'm not going to come and stop it or block your joy. But I'm like, I want that thing too, in a spirited way, in a I'm competitive, I want to win, I want to be on top too, but not at the detriment to anybody around me in my circle. I'm also don't want to deny that I'm competitive. I don't want to deny that I'm a go-getter and I want to be in these spaces and doing well in it. But I don't want to make anyone feel like I'm coming for your shit. Just
so it's more like motivation.
I'm insecure. So I think there's healthy friendship competitiveness that sometimes also, if you're the person that thinks everyone's just jealous of me, also check that.
Yeah,
because
that's delusion.
Are people jealous?
Yeah, 100%, right? And a lot of people are deluded.
Main
do you know what I
character
mean?
syndrome.
So it's just like, I always have to have like a check. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is this... is what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing really what I'm seeing? Do you know what I mean? And also, like, so I look for patterns as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a big pattern recognition person. Like, okay, like they've done this. Okay, I'm gonna look out for this next time. Do you know what I mean? To make sure it is what I think it is as well. Because you can't be and I've seen people up close like delusional. Like this person.
It's real.
Do you know what I mean? She's not jealous. You're just being rude.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly. You're just no one likes you.
Yeah.
It's not because they're jealous.
Exactly. But it is an absolute tricky one, man. Seriously, I honestly think so.
I guess so that loads of people don't actually know the emotions of jealousy as well when you're feeling it, and what that is saying about you yourself are thinking that I can't achieve that. And so it's a tricky space to actually even know, like self-reflection. When I'm feeling jealous, what am I telling myself, and how can I just get over that? It really has nothing to do with the other person. But if somebody doesn't have those emotional checkpoints and then they're around you, it is scary. I think that is probably my biggest fear in friendship, is when you spot that and
you've got to get rid of it.
Now you've got to do something about it.
Deal with it.
And
then
it's
hard
because I don't like blocking. I don't like blocking people. It's probably, there are so few people that I don't talk to. It's one or two in a whole, like most of my friends are from primary school, secondary school. I'm just not one of those people. So if I see it, it really is like,
damn it, man.
How do I? And then you just kind of like put them in another box. But I still talk to all of them. Like, I generally will talk to anyone. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Absolutely not.
I'm 50-50. There'll be a block and remove, or there'll be, we don't talk, or they'll just be like, okay, that's how that person is. I'll adjust my settings when we interact.
Yeah.
Depending on... Yeah, because sometimes some people, and again, it's that thing of you have people that serve different purposes. I think I had to learn that as well. That it's not all like, this is my best friend and this is what we're going to get everything out of that person. No. Sometimes there's different people that serve different parts of your personality that work. I'm not saying just letting a jealousy person just because they're fun, not that, but do you know what I mean? Like, they have a good time at the party. She hates me when I get, you know what I mean? Not that.
You need to check that one. Do you know what I mean?
Not that level.
Serious.
But you know what I mean?
But also the power dynamic as well. I don't think that works. Like, if you have like someone who's more wealthier than another person, that's rarely those friendships work. Do you know what I mean? Because that person, if you're like in a position where you're maybe funding their lifestyle, then they become like a little employee. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, okay, can you do this for me? Like, it's just like, I don't want to do this. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
As well?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it works.
I think you have to put... I'm remembering one time when I was younger, we had this, you know, you every so often in your friendship groups, you have the conversation about if you won the lottery, how would you share it with your friends?
Always.
And then my friends were so angry with me because I was like, I'd want everyone to present me with a business plan. So that I could go for your business plan, because obviously I've got all the money, right? And I want my friends to be successful. I don't want you to waste it. I want you guys to have, I mean, obviously I'll bust you off, but I want you to know, like, the money that I can give you, this is the whole thing.
You're like what Jesus said, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for life.
You know why that's so funny? Because you didn't know that the other day.
I didn't. I got it wrong on the podcast. And Tony was like, we were like, no, it's not. But the sentiment was there. But see,
this is where I'm coming from, isn't it? They were so, my friends were so mad at me, like, you can't tell us what to do with our money. It's me, no, but I'm not being horrible.
Not your money.
It's like, I want...
It's not your money anymore.
Yeah. It's your money, hun.
I know, but it was just really funny. But,
You can't dictate.
No, you can't. I get it. But I was just like, do you know what is my over, like, because I want everyone to be okay, so that there isn't that I've got all the money and then it starts being like, oh, can you borrow me this money? Can you borrow me that? I just want us all to be rich together forever, innit? So I was being a bit what do you call it?
Wendy Williams talked about that actually. She said that she never gave her family money because she knew that, again, it was enabling in a sense, because you give people money, they haven't necessarily worked for it or earned it. Of course, they're going to blow through it and then come back and continuously ask for more. So she didn't give anybody any money. But what she did do was, any time there was like a big family occasion, she would cover it. So if someone was having a wedding, she would pay. If there was a funeral, she would pay. But in terms of giving everybody individual checks, she was like, no.
So she's but this is how.
That's quite a good idea.
No, that's it.
Because the black tax is real, boy.
Yeah.
I remember there was a thing on
is.
Twitter, and it was like they had all these like athletes and stuff exposing their taxes from their family, and all the black family were like, when am I going to get this G-Wagon? And all the white moms were like, oh, well, I'm just checking to make sure that you're okay.
Oh, wow.
It was so bad. I was like,
wow.
this is embarrassing.
Asking for a G-Wagon.
Exactly. Just like, when am I going to get this money? When am I going to get this check? That's what the black people saying. All the white moms were just like,
They're just being...
So that's okay, so I've won the lottery, right? I've won £100 million.
Okay.
Okay. How long, and guys, I won the lottery and I haven't done anything else. How long will it take for you lot to say, so what? Are you going to give me some money? Would you ask me, or would you just not?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Would you hate me then afterwards? I didn't give you any.
No.
No. I would kind of expect you to do like the Wendy thing. Obviously, you have way more than everybody else. So if you carried on like you're like us, I'd be like, this is a bit weird.
No.
But I'm not going to ask you anything though. I wouldn't.
So
ask.
I could keep coming to the pod.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything at all.
Okay.
Like, do you know what I mean?
No, you
Because
can't
it's
do that.
like, it's your money at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
But you wouldn't sign me or nothing if it break off none.
No.
I wouldn't
Audrey.
ask, but I would 100% expect it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, from my close friend, let's say Tolly, for example, wins 100 million, and we're just going to record and she's acting as if she don't have 100 million in the bank.
Honestly.
No, guys, you need to check that. That's not,
I know.
Because if it were me, it wouldn't even be up for discussion.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
like,
yeah,
this
but
is
it's still, it's not you. But like, you can't expect that from someone else.
So even
That's terrible.
expect it.
Seriously,
From the
no.
closest people.
I would expect it.
No.
I'm expecting it definitely.
I'm
No.
depending on how close I am, if it was like a family member or a very close friend, yeah, I would expect
You're
that.
going to disappoint yourself.
I would
No,
expect
because there's no way on this God's green earth, that Farah can say, yeah, I've got 100 million, and we're just, she's just like that.
We're still still going Dutch at dinner.
Yeah, like, where's your money? Like, and not that, it's not that I expect you to pay for everything, but there's an element like, what are we doing here? Because also, if you've got all that money, right, and you know your friend is in a situation, and like, none of us are rich, right? So, or some of us are not rich, right? So then you've got 100 million and your closest people don't have 100 million and you're going about your daily business.
Like
it's weird. It's not.
We're still on wages.
Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird.
I wouldn't.
So you.
No, I'm not. I would think it would be too strange because I know if that money came to me.
There's no way.
Literally everybody around me is getting
eating.
something. And whatever you do with it, it is like this is for you. If you spend it all and you're now like
Now don't expect more.
Don't expect more. Yeah, that's what I try to say to my friends. By the way,
it doesn't matter. But no, I wouldn't carry on like life unless I had decided to hide it from everyone. That's it. But then you're not gonna know. Yeah. But if I've told you, I can't expect you like we're going. It's not gonna happen.
Mad. I'm going Bora Bora. What are you doing? What are you doing for summer?
No, but the thing is, okay, right.
all right. So then you're saying that you wouldn't. It would be normal. Your best friend would be normal.
Yeah, it's not my money. Do you know what I mean?
Understand.
Like I've been in a situation. I've been in situations before when I've been the person that's had the most money. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've not had to, but like I've covered things and everything, and I've done things because I've wanted to, right? Do you know what I mean? But once you start giving out money, it's a freaking problem.
Absolutely,
it's an absolute problem, and you can't it's very difficult to manage. And people have expectations, and those people are endless. And then you start to question, like, are you my friend?
Absolutely.
Or do you just like this lifestyle? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what is it like? And there's things. So you need to manage that expectation because it's not your seriously.
I think you're right. Manage your expectations, but I think as a human being, it'll be wild to me that my friendship circle, someone buses, and I would then and that's where the friendship possibly would end because
this is 100%. This is the thing, because when you have someone that doesn't, I'm thinking of one particular person, and like she'll be telling people that she's living her life through me.
That's different.
Yeah, but she's not saying that to me. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's a problem.
That's wild.
But the thing is, you can get there in this scenario. You can get there very quickly.
And this is why I say to my friends,
experienced that. I have been the one that had all the money, and it wasn't like that. And now I'm not the one with all the money, and the one that has the money is like, come out. Like, I think that's the testament to friendship.
Yeah.
To truly, like, when you're up, everybody was up.
yeah.
Now I don't have it. The next person that is up, everybody's up with them.
And if you're
it's that cycle. But we have years of literally uni. We're all brass. We're literally eating beans and flicking dumplings. Like, so it's very different. It's not everybody I would do that with.
Yeah.
No.
But we're in the same spaces. So if I've got 100 mil, we work together. I can't have 100 mil and just everybody. I'm good. 100 mil. I'm giving you a mil. Standardly, people in my there's not a lot. It's like 15 people. I can give away 15 mil,
and you still have 85.
Exactly, it's like simple.
Fine.
Okay, like that's
You don't want 2 mil. Turn your mil to 2.
that's
exactly.
That's
Take
on
that, man.
camera. We gotta record.
well, that was your aunties could never. Thank you, Audrey.
Ladies.
So fun.
Thank you for coming and joining us, guys. We're about to head over to getting into Audrey's business, so make sure you have signed up for $1.99.
Just $1.99.
$1.99. How much is it, Audrey?
$1.99.
That's 50p a week. Thank you to the Soul Snacks. If you'd like to get your own box of Soul Snacks, please go to thesoulsnacks.com. Yes. I'm going to be going yum, 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 yum after the show.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Jesus Christ.
Nom, 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 nom.